Well, hi there. I bet you guys probably thought I fell off the face of the earth. Well, I haven't been on for a few weeks, so I apologize, but I had a big old bout of spring fever, bronchitis, you name it, and hacking up a lung, just bad. So, antibiotics and probiotics and all that good stuff. So, one thing I want to, I don't know if you guys know this, but I was like, looking at one of my YouTube things, eye health and that, that kind of stuff, holistic stuff. I'm all for anything natural. I really hate pharmaceuticals. But sometimes it's a necessity. And, but whenever I can get around it, I try to. So one of the things that I found that has really helped is what's called apple cider vinegar with Mother's. You can find it, at health food stores and just regular stores. And what you do is you take, a glass of water, heat it up, put in a couple capfuls of the apple cider vinegar or, 2 teaspoons. And then cover your head in a towel, hold the hot glass with the towel, close your eyes and breathe through your mouth several times. Just keep breathing, and it actually feels good, and especially if your chest is really, really tight and you can't get anything up. It just loosens everything up. As a matter of fact, it'll even make you cough this stuff up. And it's just so helpful to get, all the crap out of you. And it really does work. At least it did for me. And I was shocked. I mean, it's just like, stuff was, it's kind of gross to talk about, but it works. So I highly recommend that. And so that's what I've been doing. So in case you're just wondering, what happened to this, this channel. And, of course, I have not been able to play my guitar or anything. I just haven't had any strength. When you have bronchitis or whatever, it just wipes you out. At least it does me anyway. So, I think the last thing I was trying to work on was, Angels in the Sky song. And I've just been still thinking about it and I still need to work on it. But just haven't had a chance to do that just yet. So I'll be bringing that back in later. Other things, there's been so many things going on that I don't even know where to start. But, it's kind of the same old stuff. I just keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know what I mean? Of course, we had the April, the blood moon stuff, and as far as those things go, blood moons and stuff, I'm just really not. They're interesting and everything, but I don't think it's really biblical. And one of the channels that I've been watching and really enjoying is Chris White, verse by verse, and very interesting. And he's a very intelligent young man, biblical. Analysis, it just makes a lot of sense to me. So it might be something you guys would be interested in. So I'm not really too interested in that. The other thing that is going around out there, and I don't know, I don't have any facts or anything like that. But one of the interesting things that I found out is that as far as Jesus's birth is concerned, his birthday of being, transformed into a man here on earth, is that his birthday is in September. And many believe that it is September the 11th, which... wouldn't it be just like the devil to try to hijack his birthday, especially when, the horrific Twin Towers going down on the same date, Wouldn't it be just like the other team to try to do something like that? And we all know that Satan tries to usurp God. I mean, the second day of creation, he was formed and already tried to want to be like God or even better. Just a cherub that, even though he took a third of the angels with him, just to think that he's, better than the creator. All he was is just a light bearer. And even though that's his name is Lucifer, meaning, light, a light bearer, God himself is the light, So, wouldn't surprise me that, he was trying to usurp Christ's birthday by making it bad in everyone's mind to begin with, I don't know. Anyway, it's just some thoughts. And the other thing I just been watching, of course, too, is what's happening with Iraq and ISIS and Iran and the stupid deal that Kerry's been trying to do, or Obama, or whoever is behind all that. And they're just delaying, and and Iran, in their culture, I think I've said this before in other videos, Iranians are taught that lying to the infidel is okay, so I wouldn't trust a word they have to say. And to think that they can have any kind of deal with Iran is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. So, I just can't wait till we get somebody else in there. And yeah, would it be nice to have a female president? Sure, but I want the right person in the office. I want somebody who's God-fearing, number one, who was raised an American with American ideals. I really enjoyed what Rubio had to say, about how he, being an immigrant and working hard and getting to where he was. That's the American way of doing things for most people. 1% may be born with a golden spoon in their mouth, and most of us had to work hard and work our way up and go through the hard knocks of life. But yet we would say to people, who made it, hey, great, congratulations, hopefully I'll be there too, someday. And way to go, and supportive of each other, not saying, trying to, be all jealous and everything about, I don't think that that's in the American psyche for most people. Most people would just go, oh, that's great. I wish, I wish I can do it, but I'm working on it. I know I'll be there too. And, I think, most people have a positive outlook, knowing that things will turn around, things will get better. If you work hard and you keep at it, it's been proven that it does happen for people. So, that's the kind of attitude I want to see. I don't want to, hear people say, well, those 1%ers, they have all the money, I want to tax everybody, and it hasn't worked. Okay. For the last 8 years, 12 years, it hasn't worked on both sides. So, let's stop with all of this government crap. And, maybe I'm more influenced by Reagan, I don't know, but, I do like the fact of having a smaller government. I also liked when Bill was able to get us out of a lot of our debt. And we, so as far as Rand Paul is concerned, I like the fact that in 5 years, if you do the penny tax, that maybe perhaps we can get out of our debt, but we're going to have to cut stuff somewhere. We're going to have to stop doing what we're doing. We can't continue on this path. I mean, it's ludicrous. And of course, as far as waiting for the other shoe to drop, I keep waiting for the bottom to fall out of the dollar this year. I keep hearing about this harbinger thing, and I'm like, waiting to see what's going to happen. I don't feel comfortable doing anything as far as buying, or, I'm just trying to save and, and hope to God that whatever I have is going to last. And I would suggest to people to still keep buying, provisions for yourself. Put water away, especially in California. We're in a drought. We're in a terrible, terrible drought. And, even though I think it was a week ago we got some rain, but, it's the Lord said that He's going to hold rain from some places. And so other places He'll allow some rain, and other places He won't. So, and then with the chemical spraying going on, and other companies like HARP and geoengineering and whatever the heck they're doing, that's just ruining our forests. You should see the forests up in Redlands, up northern Redlands. It just, the trees are dying, bark's falling off the trees, and trees are being burnt, like flash burning, and even my own plants out in my front yard are just not doing very well, and my trees aren't getting any water, and they're holding back water. So if any of you, and then people are building pools like it's going out of style. What is in your mind? You, oh, the logic of people sometimes is just mind-boggling. So anyway, I would suggest trying to, make sure that you guys have enough stuff put away for, the time where it's going to, it's never bad to do that. It's always, because you never know when things you may need things, like water and food and supplies and stuff like that. So I would suggest that you do that for yourselves. Each time you go out and buy, just buy one extra thing and just, put it away. And, just like you do with savings, take 10% and put it away. So, okay, getting off my pedestal here. And so, as far as other things go, I'm still enjoying God Rules. Congratulations, Tony, on you're going to have a new baby coming up in a month, so that's great. Look forward to the new edition. And also, I would suggest another channel, Chris White, Verse by Verse, on YouTube is a great channel. Excellent biblical scholar, goes through things, and explains in his understanding of it. And so I appreciate that. One other thing I wanted to add really quickly here is that Hal Lindsey has not always been right about a lot of things, but, I give him credit some that he's learned as he's gone along in his life. And he was talking about the resurrection, and when Peter and John went into the tomb, when they would prepare the body, they would use myrrh. And myrrh is like a shellac, and it adds like 100 pounds to the body. So when they came in to see Jesus' body, some of the verses say that the shroud was folded, but I think from what Hal Lindsey was saying too is that if he resurrected from that shroud, it might have been like hardened like a shell, and undisturbed, if you know what I mean. So I don't know if it was, then later it was folded. Not quite sure about that, but I just found that very interesting. So you might want to, maybe look into that a little bit too, because when the Bible verses say that, John went in there and he was in awe, and then when Peter went in, he studied, the shroud. So he really thought about it, because like in Jewish culture, one of my friends was saying that they would always fold the napkin before leaving, the table. And so if the shroud was folded, that would be something else too. So the Romans wouldn't know to do that, and only the Jewish people would know to do that. And so that's something to think about too. Anyway, since we just had Easter, it was something that was on my mind. You might want to look into and see what you come up with, and then leave me a comment. Give a thumbs up if you like this channel. It helps my channel a lot, and I'm so glad to be able to be back on it and vertical and on this side of the green grass. So anyway, God's got a reason. I don't know. All right, love you guys. Bye bye.